Beretta, the number one choice of champions since 1526, providing you with the Tweedle Pod.
Right, hi everybody, and welcome back to a latest episode of the Tweedle Podcast. We are with shooting royalty today.
Don't say that.
We are, without a doubt, shooting royalty. He'll never admit to it, but he is. Mr. Nick Hendrick, thank you for joining us, sir.
Very official.
Very official.
Yes. Nick will do.
Nick will do.
Yeah.
Nick, we always like to start off with introducing our guests, and the top question for you to start off with is, what exactly have you won in your shooting career? Now, this is going to test his brain because he does seem to... Come on, let's reel him off.
Anything major, nothing really, I'd have said, because I class the majors as stuff abroad.
Yeah.
I know it sounds a little bit detrimental to hear, but...
That's dropping his mic. Good start.
Yeah. I suppose winning the British Grand Prix for the 5th time is something that I don't think anyone else has ever done.
Which was 3 weeks ago?
Something like that. I shouldn't have won it because I didn't shoot very well, but...
Right, that's true, Nick.
Well, people know that.
Yeah.
Everybody that was there, and, you know. But, however, I did shoot well at a couple of them.
Yeah.
I was quite happy with. British Open Sport Trap. What else have I won?
You 3-time world...
No. Right, I had a word with Dawn about this because it was advertised, and there are far too many people on the internet saying they're world champions, and they are not. I could list them, but I can't be asked.
Okay.
Because I did actually hear something abroad about our country. And you'll love this.
Go on.
There's a lot of fig jams in our country. You know what that means?
Fibbers.
Fuck, I'm good, just ask me.
Fib jams.
I thought that is brilliant. Fig jam. I thought, oh God, I could name a few.
So anyway, it's safe to say, obviously, Nick, you are a very good shot. It's well known in the industry. Where did it all start? Let's go back to your first ever memory picking up a gun.
Well, it's quite funny, this, because I watched, briefly, Richard Bunning with the interview with George during COVID. It popped up on YouTube, and I thought I'd just have a quick listen to that. And very similar. Started with a 410 on my granddad's farm, that was just over the hill.
Yeah.
Wasn't really interested in shooting clays, wanted to shoot pigeons and everything else. My dad and his friend ran a clay shoot that I used to shoot from when I was about 12 with a 410. Then quickly went to a 12-bore semi-auto, which I hate for some reason. Don't like getting nettled picking empties up.
No.
And then I had my dad's over and under, double triggered, should I say, over and under, which people laughed at me when I turned up here with it. And it was 50 birders mainly then.
I don't think I've ever seen a double triggered over and under.
Yeah. And I think I shot 45 out of 50 the first time I came here with it. But I'd start with my gun light down here, shout, pull, and just go bang, bang, not knowing anything. I just shot at them.
Naturally fit ask.
Yeah. Well, if you're like a bit below the line.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you start trying, and then it goes worse.
Yeah. Is that? Yeah.
And 100 birders were mainly here unless you travelled.
Okay. Here being...
Doveridge, Eaton
yeah,
Hall.
Doveridge, yeah, what was it?
Yeah, so I was talking about Doveridge.
Yeah.
And it was great because they put targets on. If you stood in the valley where the two ponds have been made, well, they were already there, but where the other ponds were, you stand in the bottom and there'd be crosses over the top of those trees. And if you put those on now, the moaning that you'd get, no one ever moaned about it. They just wanted to hit them.
Yeah.
And then when you did hit them, you're like, flipping heck, I was miles away from that. But you never heard anybody moaning about it. And it was pretty much that one target that I can think of that was going like a missile was on quite a lot.
Right.
So the variety that we get now wasn't the same.
Targets would stay the same for longer.
Yeah, they would. But people would only shoot at weekends. They wouldn't shoot in the week.
No.
But now everybody's shooting in the week.
Yeah. Which is great for business.
Yeah. And there's loads more grounds. I mean, look at the competitions in the week now. I mean, like you can go.
You can literally shoot 100 sporting every day of the week.
Collies, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is good for the sport, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And and would you say you were always pretty good just from the minute you picked a gun up? Or did you fall in love with it? You know what? I won't say the word talent because we'll get onto that.
Yeah.
Were you talented?
I think my scores when I first started were around about 85 on the 100 birders.
Yeah, so you were imminently up there.
But I loved it.
Yeah.
And I can remember I hadn't broken 90 for the amount of times I got to the last stand for like 92 or 93 and I ended up on 89. I could not get over the mental barrier of shooting 90. And now if you've shot 90, you think, oh, you shot like an idiot. But,
yeah.
So that was interesting. I think I mentioned Mick Howells, when Eric Davies took it over, Mick Howells started setting targets here. And Mick shot a 96, and I can remember thinking, how the hell have you done that? And he missed 4 driven, which everybody was straightening. And you're like, how can you go around the rest of the shoot and not miss?
Yeah.
I thought that's just incredible. But unless you put the time in.
Yeah. What year would that have been?
I think it was 1995 because Mick won the World Sporting at Sandringham. And I think it was that year. Could have been the year before.
Mental. Year I was born, that, Nick.
Were you?
Yeah. I know, no, it don't look like it, but yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, flipping heck.
Long time ago. And so from that point onwards, obviously, you pretty much dedicated that you thought that was going to be your sport.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah,
and I love shooting pigeons. I used to shoot 1 or 2 pigeons.
Used to, or still do?
Well, I just might shoot the odd one now. But I used to be really, I used to work nights, so I used to be out every day.
Right.
So I had 2 chest freezers running and I'd empty them twice a week. So I used to, shoot a couple.
Yeah.
And obviously that paid for your cartridges. And a lot of time, when sometimes I'd go pigeon shooting all day and then go out with a rifle all night. Yeah, I just loved it.
Just addicted to it.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. And then you get, with the rifle shooting, you want to do things further and further and further and further, and it's just addictive.
Yeah, testing yourself all the time.
And I think if it wasn't for that, I'd have packed up clay shooting. Because the variety. Now I like shooting abroad. I think the targets are normally better than in England. The prize money's normally better.
Why is that? Why do you think, not so much the targets, prize money, I suppose your argument will be footfall, you get more entries, but why do you think, in your opinion...
It's a lot more money to enter.
Yeah. And what is that? Do you think people just aren't, they're not as bothered by the price to enter in this country, would you say people are a bit bothered if you put entry fee up, or what do you think that is?
I think they would be bothered if they put the entry fee up, but if they pay down through the classes, big money. I mean, like you look at Dubai, you could win. I mean, even if you go in the top 50.
Yeah, there's one come out today.
Yes, I haven't seen the prize fund for it yet, but
first prize is
over $100,000
quid.
Dollars, isn't it?
Dollars,
yeah.
Still mental.
Yeah, I mean, like the second desert shoot was $250,000.
Yeah,
Derek Mine won it. Yeah, but, it's a phenomenal experience.
We are going to be putting one of them type competitions on here.
So I hear. It's quite exciting.
Yeah, it's well in the works as well. So, yeah, more to come on that. But I do think it's the way forward because you've got to attract the masses.
Yeah.
And by doing so, to attract the masses, you need attractive prize money.
I think also that the pool of shooters is more of a world thing than aiming at a country. If you want the masses, you need people coming from abroad. And I mean, like, what a place to experience.
Yeah.
Once it's all finished.
Oh yeah.
For them to come and have a look at and have a go at all the targets.
Yeah. And I know a lot of Americans watch what we put out.
Oh, the whole world
on
will be
Eaton
watching.
Hall. So.
I mean, the people in Australia and everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about the Americans coming over here, and obviously, of course.
Yeah.
So, but like you say, you go to Europe tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to France tomorrow.
A lot, you just mentioned before about that bird that was set in the bottom of the valley, and people would now moan about it, but now they wouldn't. Back in the day, they wouldn't moan about it.
Yeah, but now they would. Yeah.
Like you talk a lot of, like, the one thing with you, from speaking to you and being around you more and more, being here, is your passion for the sport. Like, I've written here, passion, 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 yeah?
Yeah.
I honestly don't believe there's a top-level shooter that is as passionate about shooting.
Oh, there is. Without a doubt, there is.
Potentially, but you the way you talk about the sport and your enthusiasm and your knowledge, it shines through, mate.
Yeah, but you've got to love it, haven't you?
You do.
You've got, it's... if you love doing something, everything becomes more interesting to you.
Yeah.
It's a bit like learning about how we work in our heads, how our minds work and things like that. It's brilliant. It's a fascinating subject.
It is, really, because, like, for anyone that doesn't know, none of you know this, I have literally just come off the back of a lesson with Nick 5 minutes ago, and my first ever lesson, and that's like passion again, because it comes through in your coaching. Your ability to explain the way you coach, which I think is probably unique.
Unique in this country. Steve Nutbeam will be similar, but yeah.
Yeah, like, it just shines through, mate, and it all makes complete and utter sense, and my mind is fucking all over the place, but it's in a happy place.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, how would you explain your style of coaching? Because we're a bit all over the place here, but now you are a coach. That's what you do, don't you? You are a shooting coach.
Yeah.
And you shoot all the time, and it's all you look at, and it's all you think about.
Yeah.
So, like, you've adapted this style of coaching. How would you?
It's more target based than lead based, because lead is talked about all the time, and the reason it's talked about all the time is because it's a problem.
Yeah.
But you continually talk about a problem doesn't solve it.
Yeah.
And you can shoot. I mean, there are people that win things that shoot completely different. But there are styles of targets where you can't do, like compact. You can get away with shooting compact several different ways. But then you go to Dubai. I'm not going to name anybody, but there are people that went to Dubai that shoot compact fantastic and didn't come anywhere in Dubai. So it's just proving a point that how they're going about things isn't only suited to one way. It's a bit like skeet. You can shoot skeet 5 different ways and shoot 25 straight.
Mm.
But if you try and transfer one of those ways or several of those ways into sporting, you're going to be fundamentally ruined.
But your method of target-based...
You shoot anything.
Shoot anything.
Yeah.
Whether it's got...
You wait till you go on the pheasants.
I am looking forward to the pheasants now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've never really looked at a target the way I am doing now.
The trouble is you'll end up like Charlie and shooting at stuff that's like 300 yards.
With AAA North.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in layman terms, you're target-based as opposed to lead-based.
Lead-based and mechanising it.
Yeah.
Because basically you're not going to second-guess a target. That's one way of putting it.
And
you're not bypassing the target to get an outcome.
No. And over the years, you've coached loads of people.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Who would you say is like your single best success story as a student?
I have a few.
You can have 3 then.
I can have 3. Well, I've got to say Josh for a start, even though he's drifted off into studying some kind of microbiology, something far above my pay grade.
Josh
Benyon.
Yeah.
I wish he was still shooting. He's still shooting, but nowhere near as much as his degrees and stuff and everything else is.
Crazy, that, isn't it, Nick? Other people have other priorities over shooting.
I know it. I just don't know where their brains are. You know,
mental,
I mean, look at all the money you can win. I mean, like, you know, you could retire, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Not. But he's going to come back. He will come back.
Yeah.
Who else would I say is a success story?
I know someone that'd be really mad if you didn't mention it.
Ah, yes. Well, Charlie. But Charlie hasn't won anything, has he? I mean, his best is 98 at a compact.
Yeah.
The trouble with Charlie is a bit like me. He likes to
likes a party.
He likes to party, and obviously I'm 50, nearly 50, well, next week. But Charlie's 30, so he's brand new, isn't he?
Yeah.
But yes, Alex Letwinchuk. You don't know Alex, do you know Alex?
Hannah's partner.
That's right. Yeah. I think he won the British Compact.
Yeah.
Who else am I going to? There's a couple in my brain.
Well, go on. You can have more than 3 then.
Somebody who that annoys me a little bit. He'll appreciate me saying this.
Yeah.
But he likes to drink as well.
Right.
But I wish he'd come over more, which is Paddy Harnett.
Right.
He shoots for absolutely fantastic. Don't get me wrong, he shot well before he came to see me, but he does stuff beautiful.
Nice.
But he's had shoulder operations and hip replacements and all sorts.
Yeah.
That's this
and
year.
he's come over.
But he's coming over for the Worlds.
Oh, nice.
Don't know how he's going to cope with his shoulders. I spoke to him. He rang me not last night, night before, and his shoulder's giving him some jip. But says he's going to have injections in it before he goes to the World, so that doesn't bode well.
No, never ideal.
And then Tim getting in the Great Britain team. Tim Simmons.
You got a good roster, haven't you? Really. I think people would be surprised at the amount of people that you do actually coach. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, they would, because I don't. There's quite a few people.
You don't put it out.
No, because I mean, like, you see people put on the question, one of my customers won his class in what's it, or a high gun and stuff. I've had loads of high guns with customers, but most customers come see me don't like Facebook.
Yeah. You on the other hand.
So I did actually ask somebody not long ago to put something on Facebook, and they still haven't done it. And I'm not naming him because he said, I'm not doing it. I'm not, fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Speaking of Facebook,
yes.
You've had some belting Facebook statuses over the years, mate. Absolute belting.
Normally when I...
It's been a while, to be fair, but...
I know, because I thought I better stop doing it, to be fair, because a lot of it's taking the piss, basically.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know, and some people can't take it. But the funny thing is about it that how some people ring somebody else up because they think you're on about them, and it's got nothing to do with them whatsoever. I thought this is even funnier. Yeah,
everyone's guessing at who you're trying.
Yeah, they're guessing, and they're like completely
insult.
wrong. And I just thought, well, carry on.
Yeah,
yeah.
Going back to obviously people like Paddy, you said he does stuff beautifully. You know,
yeah.
Is it in your mind possible to shoot naturally, or is it? Just
right, okay. So you've just asked me whether you can shoot naturally, because there are certain people that say you can't. You've just had a lesson with me, and how natural did it feel?
Very.
And simple.
Yeah. But my question was, do you believe? Oh, I know the answer now, but a lot of people talk about shooting with a mechanism, and we're going back to how you coach and stuff. But
yeah,
some people say you can't shoot naturally, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Whereas.
So what would you...
I've just experienced it.
You've just experienced it, and why wouldn't you?
Yeah, you just use your eyes.
Well, there's a bit more to it than that, isn't there? Yeah.
No, there is, yeah, but in a nutshell, for me, what I've just... Yeah, it's mental. Blow my mind, really.
Yeah. You wait till you're pulling those pheasants down off flipping Grise Mountain.
I actually can't wait. You need to take Charles for a lesson.
Yeah, no worries.
Because
He's been very quiet, isn't he?
I'm not very knowledgeable in clay shooting, so there's not much for me
No,
to
but
like.
you're on your first game day this year.
Fingers crossed, Nick. Fingers crossed.
Where are you going?
What was-
Bulland.
But I think you started off at Ridgeway, which
Still a
is
great
your first game shoot.
Oh yeah, fine, isn't it?
Unbelievable shoot.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. They're not extreme, but they're still good. So yeah.
You'll enjoy it. So I mentioned before about talent.
Ah, yes.
There's another question I wanted to ask you. Do you believe in talent as a coach? Do you believe in talent?
I believe that people are blessed with how they see things.
Yeah.
And after what I've just done with you, if they naturally do what I was asking you to do, it's so much easier, isn't it?
Yeah. So do you think I'm blessed with how I see things?
I think you could be very good.
Oh, stop it. That's on record, that. If I'm shit now.
That's your fault. All right, so let's put that into perspective.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to mention the Paul Scholes thing where he said he's that excited that he's going to work with the most talented player in the world.
Yeah.
And he got to the ground early to find that Ronaldo was already there. And he'd already been there an hour. And when he left, he was still there training.
Mm.
And then he learned that he wasn't the most talented. He was the hardest working.
Exactly.
So if you've got the motivation
Then you're going
and you want to do it, shooting is a double-edged sword. You
Yeah.
need time and money.
Mm-hmm.
And if you haven't got both of those, it is very, very difficult.
Yeah, massively.
Yeah.
We're currently both, actually, Charles, in a very blessed situation in that we reside on
A shooting
a
ground.
shooting ground.
Yeah.
Time is getting quite slim at the minute. But
Yeah.
once everything settles, I literally have no excuse, don't I?
No, none whatsoever. But what you don't want to do is stick here at just shooting here because you need to go and
see all the
see a
targets.
variety of different backgrounds and
Yeah.
things.
I really want to go to France with you boys sometime.
Oh yeah,
I
you'll
need
love
to go
it.
over there and just
Yeah,
see
it's
how they
brilliant.
do. Bring a bit of that back here.
The Eurocash is, I mean, this year, I shot like an absolute blind man on a galloping horse, but I had a few to drink most days, but anyway.
I did see some videos.
Yeah. This year, I thought the targets were the best they've ever been. I thought it was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and everyone's saying it was bloody hard.
Yeah, it was, yeah. But there wasn't a target there. You looked there, you didn't think you were going to hit it.
No.
But then they made you do things that you didn't want to do.
And that's fit ask.
That's fit ask, yeah.
And here's one for you. If you could shoot one discipline and no other disciplines for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
Well, Dubai this year, I thought was also amazing.
Which was?
The mountain shoot,
Yeah, what
but it
discipline?
was super sporting.
Super sporting.
And if I was to pick between, I love fit ask, but
Bit more variety in super sporting, would you say? Or
no.
No?
No. The super sporting that they put on in Dubai was absolutely brilliant. I did say to George, I don't know how you're going to better this, and he thinks he's going to, which will be interesting to see how he's going to do it. The only thing I'd say about super sporting is there's no line, so that gets rid of the element of people trying to creep and,
Right.
that would be my only sway toward super sporting. But super sporting in this country, I think, is anything but super.
Right.
And I hope somebody proves me wrong when they set them.
Okay. Challenge
Although
accepted.
the FMSC, I think I'm allowed to say this, will be at Hodnet next year for the European Super Sporting. I don't know if that's been absolutely
No.
in concrete,
Yeah.
but Hodnet, I mean, they've just had the Hodnet Challenge. Fantastic shoot. So I'm looking forward to that next year.
Yeah, definitely.
That'll be a good one.
We need to chuck one on here, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a bit of a practice beforehand.
Definitely.
Because Owen will put on some amazing targets.
Yeah, well, he's very good at what he does, isn't
Yeah, He's a little bit blessed with the terrain he's got.
Yeah.
But saying that, I know, where you've got good training, they can't set a good target. So,
is that ever something you want to get into?
Setting targets?
Like you speak about George doing that over there. Do you ever fancy having a go at something like that?
I do, yeah. I have set a compact here, and it was only I think it was Paul Foster at the weekend said to me, he said the compact that you set it when it was Doveridge was fantastic. I wish there were more like it. The trouble is, the compacts here, in my opinion, this is only my opinion, aren't representative of what you're going to shoot abroad. So if you're going to pick a team off those shoots, I think you will.
Here, as in this country.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Just put it out there, not just Eaton Hall. Because we are at Eaton Hall currently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I do think the standards need to go up with the targets, but that's a bit of a sore subject, I know. I mean, I've spoken to John Lee about it. He said, if I put something on that I think's really, really good, he said the car park will be empty next time he puts one on.
Everyone spits a dummy out.
Yeah. Although I think they're getting used to it. It's a bit like Grimsthorpe. Grimsthorpe used to put fantastic shoots on, yet it was packed all the time. And Charlie Danoon, that used to own Austin Shooting Range, said, if I put something on like that, people won't come. But he said, I don't get it. He said, it's far harder there.
Some people get a name for it, don't they? And that's what they like going for.
I think it's I think it's the setting as well, because Grimsthorpe being in a wood, it has a different feel to it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could guess.
Yeah. I suppose our valley does, doesn't it? Has a different feel to it.
Yeah, completely. And now you've put the tracking at the top, the variation that you can have. Instead of just shooting up, you can shoot everywhere. It's going to be, be good.
Here's one for you. How many cartridges do you go through a year?
Oh, about 500.
In practice now, and how many did you go through 15 years ago, let's say? Or 20 years ago, given that you're 50 next week?
Right, so actual practice at clay is not that many, because I was shooting pigeons.
Yeah.
So
I'd still class pigeon shooting as practice.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, there are certain people that say that Carl Bloxham was one of them, saying that pigeon shooting is bad for clay shooting. And I can remember him saying that to me. And I shot 500 and something one day. And the next day I went to a sporting shoot, shot 98. And I thought, it's really affected me clay shooting, that has. But I thought it's just made me more confident.
Yeah.
You just keep...
There's that much variation on a pigeon.
Oh, and you have to read them, because... But you do get used to what they're going to do. I do like...
Studying the behaviour.
Once they've seen you, they don't change.
No.
They change, but they don't change again.
Flare up and away.
Yeah.
You go, yeah.
And it's like they see you, and it's like bang.
Yeah. Bash. Yes, but go on then. Realistically, in the height of it, how many cartridges?
I haven't got a clue. All I'll say is I bought a pallet of Rios in November one year, and in January I needed another pallet.
That's good going.
I do know that.
That's good going.
So I haven't got a clue.
That is proper good going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of that was at pigeons. Didn't really shoot much game, and I don't shoot much game now.
Have you ever really shot a lot?
I used to shoot 3 days a week at one point.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Flipping heck.
But
first time I ever met you actually was
what did they call it?
The name's going
Barking Gate or something. Flipping, that's what Richard from Aberdeen called it.
No.
It's where they had that accident with the bridge.
Yeah.
What's it called? It's in the lake. Was it the Lake District? No, it wasn't the Lake District. It's further north.
It's up towards that way. It's actually more east of the lakes. It'll come to us.
Yeah. They're quite good birds, weren't they?
Yeah, they were quite good birds.
Yeah. A lot of woodcock up there. Though we don't shoot them.
No. Why don't you shoot so much game anymore?
We don't want to talk about that.
Doing that?
Not really.
Right.
We
can edit it out if you don't.
Well, if you got what you paid for,
all right.
You see, you know what I mean. So we don't
want to go down that road.
No.
I remember this the first time I met Nick. By the way, this conversation.
Yeah, we're not talking about
it.
In shooting and outside of shooting, Nick,
yeah.
What would you say is your single greatest achievement?
making it past 40. I said I won't do it. When I was 20, I thought there's no way I'll be alive at 40.
The next week you'll say making it past 50.
Yeah. Single greatest achievement. It's bad, really, because when you've won the Classic and stuff and other bits, I'd say getting in the six-man finals at the Worlds is a greater achievement than winning the Classic.
Yeah, I've watched that final, not one that you were in, but I've watched one before, and the pressure of that is just like a cooker, and it's achievement getting there in itself, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, without a doubt. Never won one.
Does that niggle at you?
No.
No.
No. No, and I know that sounds a bit, I don't know. When I watched Richard Bunning the other night, and he was on about when he won the world, it was like a relief more than anything because he was trying so hard. And it almost looked like he didn't value it. I know he did, but when somebody said to me when I won the Classic and they said, I bet you're over the moon, aren't you? I'm like, well, yeah. And so we don't look it. I thought, well, I was, but not really. Once you've done it, it's, I don't know.
Like one of them things when it looks so great, but when you've got it, it's a bit, right, I've done it now.
It's all right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
There must be a fire in your belly to win. There must be one thing that you really want to win or not.
Not really. What I'd like to do is shoot. I'm more interested in shooting how I know I can shoot at a shoot.
Yeah.
At a major event.
Yeah.
That would please me.
You want to jump back in the car and think, I did it.
I shot really well because I shot a 99 at Grimthorpe. That was probably one of my best 99s ever.
Yeah.
I've shot 100 straights, but they're like shoots where you'd expect it.
Mm-hmm.
But my 99 at Grimthorpe, I had a buzz off that.
Yeah. There was a registered here, what would it be, 2 months ago?
Mm.
And the closest score to you was like 5-6 targets away. Was it a 97 you ended up on?
96, I think. Was it 96, 97?
That was
I
a
can't
hell of
remember.
a score that day.
But they weren't the targets that I expected. You expected that. I expected that.
Right, okay.
If you know, once you've finished the shoot and you think, have you won?
Yeah, but everyone else that day was saying how hard it was, apart from you.
Right, so I spoke to you when we were during the lesson, and I took you to some stands that were deemed hard, and you found them easy doing what I was telling you to do.
Yeah.
And if you missed, you knew exactly what you'd done.
Yeah.
So
what other people?
So I've already said to you, what is a hard target? One that you don't know what to do with.
Mm.
Or one that you can't see, but then that's just ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you can't see, it's ridiculous. It's not a hard target, it's just stupid.
Yeah, I suppose.
So it's annoying when you know what to do. So there's some days where I'm just like, it's like I've changed my gun when I came, because I borrowed a gun to shoot the European Compact in the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Not the best thing to do. Shot 22, I think, on my first, 21 on my first layout. I thought that's ruined it.
That's a great start, isn't it?
Yeah. Just getting used to the weight difference. I think I shot 186, which is okay. But
okay.
But the standard now abroad is. I mean, I was having a chat with Mark from Browning, and he said the pressure on compact's far more than FitAsk because you can miss at FitAsk. I'm like, really? I said, you can't. If you shot all 24s out of 25s in the Czech Republic, you wouldn't have won. So he's saying that you can miss and get away with it. I know that's 8 away. And you can't be any if you're 8 away at compact, but you still can't miss. The pressure's still there.
Yeah, because you've
still got to do it.
Yeah, there's fine margins out there now, isn't there?
There is, and there's so many people that can do it. We used to be expected that the British shooters would be doing it. Now there are some, but I'd say there's a lot more.
There's a good crop of them now, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, and I think it's fantastic for the sport.
We had Brett on the podcast yesterday, and we're talking about like that crop of lads now. You've got obviously Sam Green, Brett, Phil Gray, James Atwood, Bradley Day. There's a lot of good names now, isn't there? Just
there are,
popping some mega scores off.
There are, and before you'd have said that when they go abroad, that they'd be at the top. They'll be in the top 10.
Yeah, whereas now,
they're not guaranteed to be. But before you'd say, yes, they are.
yeah, it's one of them, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Can't win them all.
Oh, it's impossible.
No.
Now, it is impossible. I mean, Georgia's record will never get beaten. Never, ever get beaten.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Not only that, in 2015, I went to Dubai, then Florida. George was at both. And then Mark rang me up from Browning and said, we want you to go and shoot the European Compact. I said, flipping heck, I've only just got off the plane. So I got on a plane at 1 o'clock that day, jet lagged to hell, got to the shoot at 2 in the morning, went to bed, got up and shot at 9 o'clock. I shot my first round, which I did shoot 25 straight on. Don't know how I did it. Walked into the clubhouse and George was there, and we had like a double take at each other, like flipping heck. And I went somewhere else and George was there again. And I'm like, I'm getting to the point where I'm sick of travelling.
Yeah.
And I thought, he's been doing this for years. The motivation that he's had
Yeah.
to do what he's done is phenomenal.
Yeah, literally to keep turning up.
Yeah.
Would you say like when you started shooting and got better and better and better, was there a person that you would always bump into and think, oh, I must copy what he's doing? Or is there someone that you think you'd learnt a lot from with just watching them? Or we've talked about this on a few pods, like shooting's very unique in that you could compare George Digweed in the football world to Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
You know, like you can be surrounded by champions and you can be paired up with them. Never mind. Would you say you picked up a lot of tips from people like that in the early days?
I would say that the only person I picked tips up off was Carl Bloxham. But he would describe stuff on how to shoot. Right. So Carl showed me how to shoot dropping targets. And Carl said that he got it off Stuart Clark, which is very honest of him.
Yeah, yeah.
Other than that, I would say, no, I'd pretty much do my own thing.
Now I want to know how he explained how to shoot dropping targets.
Right, so Carl was saying, let the target go to the top, insert your gun just underneath it, and then move away from it as fast as it's moving.
Pretty much what you teach, similar principle, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, Carl shot 97 here one day, going back a long, long time. We were sponsored by Ely, and the Ely VIPs at the time were green. And the 3 missed were with felt wads at an incomer.
Right.
So he went to the pattern plate, shot the felt wads at the pattern plate, and realised they were tighter than his VIP plastic wads, which I found hilarious. Because I don't mess with cartridges. I just put 2 in and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't like changing, swapping this for that.
No.
Because I know that.
It's another thing to get in your head.
Well, not only that, I know that has no consequence to whether you're going to hit or miss. It's what you do.
Yeah.
So trying to find an edge by using equipment, I think, is a little bit.
Yeah.
How can I put it? It's a bit like with the work and stuff. If you try and take shortcuts to use something else, it normally doesn't work.
No. No, but
I haven't explained that very well, but I know what I mean in my head.
I know what you mean. Psychologically, your cartridges and your tools are another thing to blame, aren't they?
Yes, they are. But if it makes you feel happy, if somebody's like, oh, well, I put a felt wad in for this, and it makes them feel happy and hit it, but if I put a plastic in and miss it, so, it swings and rounds. But we're all different, aren't we?
Yeah. I think, like you say, before, like Charlie, you like a drink, you like a party, you like, you don't take life seriously, you don't necessarily take a trip abroad seriously, but when you are in the cage or when you're getting ready to go and shoot, you must go into some sort of a zone, or do you not? Like, I'm just trying to get into like the psychology of shooters and high level shooters. There must be a switch that you can just turn to go, right, it's go time. And do you try and get yourself in that frame of mind, or does it just?
Yeah, without a doubt.
You do.
Yeah.
And what does that process look like in your mind? If you were to explain how.
Compact's different. So I'm going to shoot compact this weekend. And it'll be the inline system, so you have to watch prior to you going in because you won't be able to see the targets. So you have to watch what the other squads in front are doing. So you'll go through a process of how to do stuff, and you're automatically, by doing that, so you put yourself in a zone of what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Keep it simple.
Really?
Yeah. Why make something complicated?
No. Well, I just think it's interesting because in every other sport, you know, the top athletes, they always have these different bits and pieces that they do, and
everybody's different. You know, as an individual, that works for me. Keeps you happy.
Yeah. Do you do you have like a will to kill the target? Do you get aggressive with it?
No. I don't get aggressive with it, but I do get annoyed if I don't smoke it, especially at compact. Everything should be a ball of dust.
Do you?
Yeah.
If you chip something.
If you're doing it right, you smoke them, as you've seen today.
Yeah.
So if you don't hit them...
Oh, you're getting mad at me if I was chipping them.
Yeah, but you knew you'd done something wrong.
Oh, no, yeah. Straight away.
See, bad kills come from doing something wrong.
Quite funny, actually. Within half an hour, I'd chip a bird and I'd turn around and go, I know you're not happy with that, but...
Yeah, but you knew what you'd done as well.
I'd done, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't in the
And
middle.
it's quite easy to explain that the way you try and do something makes a kill bad.
Yeah.
So if you apply that to actually shooting a living bird, you know what's right, what's wrong, instead of relying on pickers up to go and get wounded ones.
It's fair to say your dad had quite a successful sporting career as well.
Yes.
England cricketer.
Far better than me.
England cricketer, no less.
Yeah.
Do you think your eyes and your... I don't know. What would it be?
I mean,
Hand coordination's the word I'm looking for.
We're not racehorses, are we? I mean, like, we've come out breeding, don't we? Like, flipping heck. You know what I mean?
Breeding,
hell of a jumper.
Hell of a jumper.
No. People have said that. Well, because of your dad. Really? No, because of the effort you put in.
Yeah, 100%. But like early days of childhood, you've been catching a ball with him, no doubt. Do you know, like coordination.
Yeah, but what kid wasn't playing with the ball?
No, but 100% the raw hand-eye coordination. Like, I've seen lads, and they're mal-coordinated as anything, and then you look at the dads and they're the exact same.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, don't get me wrong, hard work as well.
There's something there, 100%.
100%.
Hard work beats talent.
Yeah. Was he a bowler or a batter, your dad?
He was a bowler.
100%. He's got even
So you haven't
more.
done any research, have you? Yeah, he liked to drink as well. That's probably where I got it from.
Did you ever go and watch him play?
Spent half my life around a flipping cricket pitch.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's quite cool. And say your dad played for England.
Are
you into your cricket or not?
A little bit. I think I got fed up of it as a kid, being stuck at the side of a pitch, and then it was the 70s, 80s, so straight to the pub.
Yeah.
You know, you have to sit there, shut up, or sit outside.
Kids in the car.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I can remember going a belt round the head because I was bored and I did a bit of mind sweeping. That was at Trent Bridge, that, and I'll forget that. Yeah, so as a day out, going to a match, I think is great fun, but yeah.
Yeah, it goes on.
I did play a bit, but he never tried to push me down the cricket route or anything.
No?
No. One thing he did do was like try and stop me shooting so much at me granddad's farm, and that just made me worse. I just wanted to go even more.
Stop you poaching.
No, well, I didn't. Maybe. Yeah,
you can't really trespass if it's your granddad's farm, can you?
No,
fair game.
No. But on the same breath, you're not really supposed to shoot pheasants when they come off somebody else's drive.
No.
But I was stood on my own ground.
Well, there's an argument there.
But when you're 14, you don't understand that too much.
No.
Thought, oh, look at this pheasant, bang.
Right, mate, over the years, you've shot with all the greats. Like I asked you, your top 3 students, who are the top 3 shooters in your mind from all time?
Digweed's got to be one of them.
Yeah, has to be.
Richard Folds.
Unbelievable talent.
I shot with him in the Czech Republic
dogs are getting in it.
when he won the World Fit Ask, and he was very, very impressive.
Yeah.
I've got to say, Brandon Powell,
The American.
because what he's doing at the minute, I think, is just phenomenal. I'd probably say he is the best at the minute.
Right.
We'll see what he does at the Worlds at Churchill's.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Richards. I mean, George. I've only ever seen George shoot a couple of times in person. Obviously, his record speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Richard to watch is quite something.
Yeah.
It's just effortless.
Yeah, I'd say George looks effortless when he's doing. He shot a 24
I've just probably
on.
watched Richard more than anyone at that level, but yeah, Richard is. Yeah, they all do. You do. They all do.
Yeah, when the things are flowing easy, it does look easy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Especially if you know what you're doing.
Definitely. And you spend a hell of a lot of time here.
Yeah.
Eaton Hall, mate. You've spent a lot of time here before Eaton Hall, as it was Dubridge.
It's only changed slightly.
Little bit. You've been here from the day we took over to today. You've seen it all change.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts for the impact of Eaton Hall to the shooting world, as it were? Because it's going to, like even to the UK alone, it's going to make a bit of a difference, surely.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, when the clubhouse opens, I mean, like, that's just going to be something else. There won't be one like it in the country.
You've even got your own little layout named after you, haven't you, mate? That Nick's layout, the term Nick's layout just won't go away.
Well,
you
could change it to something like Hendrick's Gin or something, couldn't you? So, just for
that'd
comedy
be
value.
With an optics bar behind the button.
Empty ones, of course.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, so Jamie coming on board and doing the targets and stuff.
Yeah.
Should be great. Yeah, everything.
He's only been in now 2 weeks, and I think like Mikey and Reese and Clive are all like flipping out.
Yeah.
I think it's great as well for Reese and Mikey to work alongside him dead closely. Just
without a doubt.
Pick up tips and bits and pieces. His name is well known and
sets great targets.
And
hopefully a change of place for the world, maybe. I don't know.
Ooh. You said it here first. Yeah, hopefully.
Sorry,
mate.
Rob.
Look, we've got loads of major plans, and touching on again the Dubai thing, we'd love to create a competition like that. And I just think once the build's finished, we can just really crack on then and put lots of different competitions on all the time. In every different discipline as well.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
Drip.
What did somebody say earlier? They said something about wouldn't it be great to have like a super sporting, a sporting, and a compact?
Yeah.
And then a combined thing over all three. But as an individual competition, they're still great. So if you don't do all three, it doesn't really matter. But if you do all three, there's something there for you.
Yeah, like an all round, but in
in different sport. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be mega.
Yeah.
Let's look at that then.
Yeah. So just an idea.
Yeah. No one nick it.
No. But
the beauty
a shoot before that FMSC one next year.
Yeah.
I think that'd be good.
Yeah. I think the beauty of it is that we can do that. By the time we're going to have 7 compacts that are there in Sport Trap. You've got sporting layouts that we could do till our heart's content.
Yeah.
You can, you know what I mean? All while keeping the skeets and the traps and
everything else going, yeah.
I can't wait for... I mean, the build has been great, and having everyone here and seeing all the improvements every day has been amazing.
It'd be nice to see everything green up now, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And I now just can't wait to get the feet under the table in the office.
When's the tarmac going down for outside the clubhouse? Because obviously it's opening soon, and we are currently talking.
The first layer of tarmac's down.
Yes, I know.
And the second layer of tarmac's going down Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. So,
and they're concreting in front of the skeet houses at the minute, aren't they?
They are, concrete road going down.
Yeah.
And then we've actually got an arctic of clothes coming on Monday to fill the clothing shop, believe it or not.
Oh, beautiful.
Because that little glimpse I gave
this
morning does not look like it.
No.
The lads have got the work cut out, but it will happen.
Yeah.
It has to happen.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's a bigger room than it actually. Look, you take all those workbenches out and stuff that's in there at the minute. It'd be a massive
4,000 square foot
Yeah.
of retail. So
Yeah.
No, it's all happening, mate. And we're glad to have you down here as a part of it, as regular
it's
as you
good.
are.
Yeah, it's nice to be
When
involved.
when you're in the country, anyway.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking, actually, wouldn't it be good to have Hawkstone beer and get Jeremy Clarkson to come and open it?
It would, don't it? It would. It'd be ideal.
He does shoot.
I know a few people that shoot with him.
Do you?
They say sometimes, because he lights one fag after another most of the time, he just stops shooting because he's having a fag, and then he starts again and just...
Yeah.
Fair play to him.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
No, nothing.
Yeah, to enjoy yourself, aren't you? Nothing wrong with having a condor
Speaking of that,
moment.
you're probably ready for a fag, aren't you?
I'm starting to get a bit twitchy.
Perfect. I think we round it off there then.
Yeah, great stuff.
Thank
you
coming
very
on, mate.
much. Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah, thanks, Charlie. Get your editing together, Chief. Yeah. Right, perfect. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching. We will see you here for the next one. Thanks to Eaton Hall, of course, and to GMK, our sponsors on this podcast. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers, Nick.
Cheers, mate.
Ta-da.